Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of TechNodeFirmaCraft. So first off, I would like to thank everybody for all the support and all the views on these videos for TechNodeFirmaCraft. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and if you're enjoying the series, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know that you're enjoying it. And let me know anything that you'd like to see me go into. Of course, we're still fairly early game, so most of the tech mods, I'll be getting to those eventually, but I can't get to them right now. Secondly, the news today is that we are very close to Minecraft 1.9. So I'm thinking that I want to get a 1.9 server up and running for vanilla, but at the same time, I would really like to be able to open that server up to more people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if you guys are interested in playing on a 1.9 vanilla server with me, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will take a look at what I can do. Of course, I do run whitelisted servers, and we do run backups, so yeah, of course griefing is always a possibility, but we do have the ability to undo that in case we should happen to get some bad people around. But yeah, one idea that I have for that server, and I know that this has been done in the past, but I really want to see it, is an expanding world border. So that is something to think about as well. You know, I will be trying to get it to where the people that are on the server are kind of forced to do community builds and collaborative work, things like that. So, yep. But if you're interested in that, please let me know, and when the time comes, we will definitely be looking at that. So, obviously, I did a lot of work in between episodes. I've been working very heavily on leveling off this area here, and I've been taking all of the dirt that I got here, since I've got a fairly large area for my garden now. There was a ravine over here, and you can kind of see it on the map. So we have this ravine here, and I have been just dumping the dirt into that ravine and leveling it out. So I think that's a pretty good use for the dirt. It is getting rid of the dirt and keeping me from falling to my doom. But so I have this path here, and actually I think I need to get some food real quick. So let me see if I can figure out which one of these vessels has my food. Claystone. No, I don't have it in the vessels anymore. I have it out here. So I have this path here that leads off into the distance, and this was an idea that I got from going through the TerraFirmaCraft forums, and basically it is for finding the oddball ores that I can't seem to locate. It's just make a path in a straight direction, and every 50 or 100 blocks, go ahead and take a core sample. That is, dig a hole straight down and see what you find. So, I think I'm going to be doing that as time goes on. Of course, right now, it's going to be a long process to make the path, and I really want to make this path link up with my copper mine, which is out in that direction. So that's something I'm going to be working on here in the future. Now, we are updated now to TechNodeFirmaCraft version 2.7, and with that update, a couple of our quests have been fixed. So if we come here into the quest book, the bronze quest, I've been trying to get this to work, and it's not working. So hopefully that one will get fixed here pretty soon. I have not tried making the actual bronze ingots. The bismuth bronze, though, is very definitely not working. But so if we come back out here, the sandwiches one is now complete. So that will allow us to get the Sylvite and the full heart. And once again, I think we're going to take the Sylvite as the second portion of that reward. And then also in the Stone Age, we have, if I can get into it here, in the Stone Age we have the salad bar, and this is going to give us some bowls and another full heart. So we'll go ahead and grab those. And now you can see we have Iron Age available, but we have not yet gotten into the anvil things. So I think we want to get this basic smithing done first. But in order to do that, I am going to first have to go and mine some more copper. So I think I am going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break here, go do some copper mining, and I will be back in a little bit. So I've been digging around here in the copper mine for quite a while. I decided to go down and start a second level, and yeah, there's not much copper left here. So I think it may be about time to abandon this mine. As you can see, I did get just an absolute huge amount of rock. I also got a bunch of the smooth, or the raw stone. And I've got a bunch of the cobblestone too. I've also been finding quite a few of the gems. But so I think I'm going to load this stuff up into vessels. I'll grab as much of the wood that I've got down here as I can. And who knows, maybe someday I'll come down here and do a little more digging. I know just off to the sides of this is bismuth on both sides. So I don't know for sure what level that's going to be at, but, I may do a little pro picking and see if I can find where the last little bits of copper are located in here. But for now, I think we're just going to call this good, and we'll look around, see if we can find some other places to get copper at. Now, if we take a look at the map, I know that we have a whole bunch of copper down here. That's a fair distance away. That's saltpeter and limonite there. That's a lemon tree, and I need to get back to that and get it. Got bismuth, galena, magnetite, bismuth. We're getting an awful long way away from the base now. Galena. Over here we have limonite. This is limonite as well. If we go this way, we've got horses, bismuth, iron, and saltpeter. So it kind of looks like the closest copper next is going to be down in this area, and that kind of stinks. We've got platinum up there, so that could be nice. But we also may be moving up away from the copper tools, so we'll just have to see, But anyway, I am going to gather all this stuff up and head back to the base. I'm pretty sure that I have enough copper to make the anvil and do everything else that we need to do, so I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you back at the base. So guys, I've got my 14 copper ingots, but we need to weld these together now into double copper ingots. So what this says is, it is time to weld your hot copper ingots into double ingots. If you are fast, the ingots will be hot enough still after pouring to weld. Look at the temperature tooltip to know if they are hot enough. Otherwise, you can reheat your ingots enough in the forge. Always keep empty ingot molds in the storage slots to catch the metal if you accidentally melt it in the forge. To weld the ingots, you need your stone anvil that contains a hammer and flux. The stone anvil is only capable of welding copper ingots. Place the two ingots at welding temperature in the left slots and click the weld button. So we need to get our forge and stone anvil set up here. So I've got the stuff to do this. First off, I'm going to make the forge out of basalt, just because I think it'll look neat having it black. But then also I am going to take and build up some rhyolite bricks above it, and this will keep the forge from being put out by rain, which it seems to rain here a lot. So now after that I have some charcoal, because I have not picked up enough coal yet. So we're going to put in 7 pieces of charcoal. And now we're going to go ahead, I don't have the fire starter here. And I don't have one here, so I will just quickly make one. So we'll just light this up here if I can. There we go. Okay, so now that that's lit, now let's just see here. I need to put my molds in the side here, and then we need our copper ingots in here. So now, while we're waiting for that, I'm going to use a claystone block for the anvil, and then we have this copper hammer, and it doesn't look like I can use that. And this thing went out pretty rapidly. So, this doesn't seem to be working very good. Forge, ceramic mold, what? Okay. I don't know what's going on there. Why can I not light this thing? Don't know what's going on here. And I can try to light that. Interesting. So something seems to be goofy here. Now let me do a little checking here in the quest book here. Okay, so if we go back here to the forge. So the forge multi-block in its smallest form is just 5 solid, non-flammable blocks and either 7 pieces of charcoal or 1 coal block. Oh, I'll bet I know what I have to do. Let me go grab some charcoal fuel. I'll bet that's what I am missing. So if I run in here, and I think my charcoal was in here, yep. So I guess the next thing is we should figure out for sure on the anvil. So doesn't say anything in here about that. So does it say anything in here? Okay, the stone anvil is only... Okay, that's not it. I could have sworn that that was in here somewhere. Well, I don't know why that's not working. Maybe I need a different type of stone? I don't know. So let me try, yeah, let's try a rhyolite one. Just see if that works. Maybe I have to have a stone hammer, I don't know. Let's try that before I do anything else. So we'll grab, well, I guess I got a stick. And we'll grab 2 rocks. Okay. And we'll make ourselves a stone hammer. Okay, now, if I click on that with this, no. Okay, so let me try placing down this rhyolite block. Okay, there we go. So that is a stone hammer, so achievement get, hammer time. Alright, so we need to put in our flux, and we need to put in the hammer. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is what I need to do here. And that's what it looks like, so can I light this thing up? There we go. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on these here real quick. When they get hot enough to weld, I am gonna quickly move them over to the anvil and weld them. And hopefully I don't end up with a whole bunch of copper over here in the molds. And actually, thinking about it here, I should pull a couple of these out so that they're not all at the same temperature. So we've got a couple there that are very hot now. So I'll keep an eye on those two, and basically what I'll have to do is take them 2 or 4 at a time over to the anvil. Don't know why that didn't work, but that kind of stinks. So let me grab that block back. It's nice that I can do that at least. So we got a faint red. At what temperature are we going to need to weld these? Got no tooltip. Another piece of charcoal gone. We may have to start making more charcoal. Okay, can work now. So we want to wait until it says can weld. And then we need to let it go a little further. Now I believe these were liquid at like three shades of orange. So we should be able to get them up at least that high. But the first two I won't let get that hot. We'll just try to get them over to the anvil right away. Okay, so now they can weld. I think we want to go at least 2 notches past that. So here we go with orange. Everything else is bright red, so we're going to take these two now quickly over to the anvil and weld. There we go. First double ingot, so I'm just going to keep doing this, and I'll bring you back when I have all of the ingots welded. So I've got the 7 copper or double ingots, and now next up in the quest book it is craft a copper anvil. Now all you have to do is craft the anvil. Just remember, before you can do this, it's heavy, so if you want to carry it around, it needs to go on your back. Metals and alloys are organized into tiers. Anvils can weld metals and alloys 1 tier above their material and smith items the same tier as their material. So a copper anvil can weld copper and bronze only and is able to only smith copper tools. So now that you have a copper anvil, you have the technology to make a bronze anvil. So we do have all of that bismuth bronze, so we'll probably be working on that here really soon, and it looks like we desperately need a drink of water. So we'll go ahead and get some water drink here and eat some of this sandwich. Alright, so crafting a copper anvil. So let's take a look at anvil. So how do we make this? So that's rose gold. Copper anvil. So we just make an I shape with our double ingots. Pretty simple. And that makes a copper anvil. And we'll go ahead and move this. And I suppose we'll put it right here, right next to our forge for now. And let's see what the book says. Well, that's everything. So we get 30 flux and a full heart for this. So go ahead and claim that. And now we have armor smithing and advanced weapons. So let's take a look at the armor smithing first. To start, we need to work a copper double ingot into a metal sheet. So they want 2 copper sheets. So basically what I'm going to have to do now is smelt up some copper into ingots. I don't suppose we'll be working a lot with the molds as much anymore, but we'll just see. So the other one was advanced weapons, and we've already made a copper sword. Well, actually we made a bronze sword. So the sword is a great weapon against those zombie hordes. To forge a sword, you need to start with a double ingot. Work the heated ingot on your anvil for a bit and you will have a fine sword. Swords do slashing damage. This task will accept any sword. Okay, so swords for slashing, what? Okay, well, we have a bronze sword. Apparently we can't make that sword. So we need to make another sword, but first we're going to have to try to move up in the world with the anvil. So I think I'm going to work on getting a bronze anvil put together. And once I do that, I will be back. Okay guys, so I have made myself a bismuth bronze, or a bismuth bronze anvil, excuse me. But I'm currently going to be working on some of the copper tools. So I've just poured some ingots here, waiting for these to just solidify so that we can work with them. And then what we're going to try to do is we are going to try to get a sword made to satisfy the quest that we've got here. So let's just keep an eye on this. Okay, we've got one here that's orange. And anything else here? Looks like this one's probably going to be the next one to cool down. So what we may have to do here, I think I'm going to light the forge. And I've got a few double ingots of bismuth in here, which I'll pull those out if I can. No, I can't pull them out. So we need to make sure that that one stays enough that we can weld it. And this one here is now cool enough to work with. So we'll go ahead and grab this one back out of there. And we'll quickly toss these in there. Nope, it's too cool to weld now. So we're going to go ahead and toss both of these in here if we can. And we'll try to grab the rest of these out. Nope. Let's just toss some garbage on the ground because I don't feel like having that overfill on us. So we'll put those up there so that we can keep that from melting. So we'll let these heat back up. We've got a couple more of them here that are cool enough to work with now. But so what we need to do is get these hot enough to weld. And then we are going to want to get them to where we can make a sword. We need a double ingot for the sword. So there's orange there, bright red. So we'll quickly weld these two together. Okay, there we go. So now we'll set it over here. We need plans. We need a sword. So we need to... oh, this isn't going to work very good. We need to pull these back out. So, still hot enough to work. We're going to throw it back in the forge for just a second again. Now, I did have to do quite a bit of research on how to use this forge, or the anvils, for making things. So, forgive me if I don't get it right first time. So, our plans here for the sword, we need to hit last, bend second from last, and bend third from last, and we need to get the green to the red. So if we punch this a few times, that's not doing much. So that pulls it back. Shrink pulls it quite a bit. So if we need to bend, and hit, no. So let's try shrinking it a little more. Nope, can't be worked anymore. Darn it. So this is where the problem comes in here. This is a very complicated process to get this to work. So, yeah, we're just going to have to keep working with it here. See if I can get this figured out. I have never tried to do anything on the anvils, so it's kind of complicated. The guy that I watched, he explained that this is probably one of the most complicated processes you can do in TerraFirmaCraft, but the rewards are quite substantial, so I want to try to get this figured out. Okay, I think that's probably hot enough. We should be able to do just about anything with this. So now we're going to drop this in here, get our plans again for the sword. Okay, so we'll... Oh, whoops. I guess that's already too much, so... I think I just broke it. Oh, boy. Okay, well... Such is the chance that you take while you're doing this. So, yep, I'm going to have to try this all again. So this kind of stinks. I've got the bismuth bronze. I guess I could try one of these instead. We'll go ahead and try that. Heat up a bismuth bronze double ingot, because I believe if we look at the quest book, swords for slashing, I think, yeah, this task will accept any sword. So if we can make a bismuth bronze sword, just like the ones that we have here, that would be fine. This sword is getting low on durability anyway. Now, one thing, I did do a live stream here a little while ago, and went out looking for some items. Let's see if I can sort some of this stuff together. Yep. Okay, so I did go out looking for some items for winter, and went out this way, and there, right here is a mountainous region, and I found rich limonite, tetrahedrite, sphalerite, tetrahedrite, and koalinite, all in a very tight location. So I think I'm going to be setting up a heavy-duty mine there, and yep, I brought back a whole bunch of the limonite, and I even found a little bit of osmium. I guess we can look at that real quick. We still have a little bit of time. So over here, I think it's right here, yep, we found some osmium. Now the osmium is going to come in really handy once we get to, I can't think of the name of it. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. But it's one of the major tech mods in the mod pack. You'll probably find it here real quick if I just look at the mods. Mechanism. There we go. So in Mechanism we have that. We need the osmium for just about everything in Mechanism. So I was kind of glad to find that. I brought back 16 chunks of it. Those can be smelted directly into osmium ingots, which is kind of nice. We don't have to go through this process here. But for this one, we are going to need to pull our hammer off of there. We'll throw our hammer in here, and then we can drop this in here. So now our plans here, we need a sword blade. So this one we need, same again, bend. Okay, so we're going to bring this up close. Okay, so now we need to bend it twice and then hit it once. Nope, not quite enough. So we'll hit it a couple more times, bend it twice, and hit it once. Nope, not enough. Okay, hit it a couple more times again, bend it twice. Can I not do anything more? Well, that kind of stinks. Let's pull it back out. Gotta heat it up some more. This is a very complicated process to do this. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and try this for a little while, and hopefully I can make this work. So I'll be back in just a second. There we go. I finally got it. So now we have our bismuth bronze sword blade. So we'll go ahead and pull our charcoal out of here so that we don't waste any more than we have to. And now what we want to do is take our sword blade and combine that with a stick. Let's see here. I should have a vessel full of sticks, and let me guess, that's solidified. So, yep, here we go. There's all of our sticks. So, we'll go ahead and grab a stick. We'll make ourselves a sword. And hopefully now this will register that. So, maces for smashing. So now we need a mace as a weapon that does crushing damage. With a mace in hand, you can now smash those pesky skeletons into piles of dust. This task will accept any mace. So I could go ahead and just cast this mace by the looks of it. It's just when you make one. So I think the mace, if I cast it, only takes one ingot, whereas here it takes two. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to melt down my bismuth bronze and make an ingot that way. So, or a mace head that way. So I'm going to melt that down and I'll be right back. So I've made up my mace head. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly make a mace here. And now that should complete that quest. So if we come in here, we now have one unclaimed reward. So we get this, a full heart and 8 native copper. So that's real nice. So we still have the armor smithing. That's going to require me to make some metal sheet or some copper sheets. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get onto that because we have run out of time. And so I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know that you're enjoying it and that you want to see more. And I will see you next time. Bye!